Welcome, everyone, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizer. On this episode, we're going to discuss GameStop and giving Pro members first dibs on PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles. What do we think about that? I'm torn myself, but, before I get into kind of where I feel on this, let's kind of jump into somebody who just recently got theirs, PS5, and if this benefited them or not. So, Shane, what do you think of this new move by GameStop?
I hate it, but I love it at the same time. It's a double-edged sword. It truly is. In my own personal feelings, it worked out for me. I literally became a pro member last night, got it today, due to my $15, I think it was, to become a pro member, $15, $20, something like that for the year. But I think it's wrong as well to put that kind of a barrier to get your console as well, too. I mean, it's hard to say because think about it this way. Are scalpers going to get a, pro membership at GameStop to whore up all those systems? Pardon my language. Probably not. But most of the GameStop has been bundles anyways. So I don't know. There's a little security in it, but it's also basically trying to force people to drop that $15, $20. It was announced yesterday. I did it yesterday. I wonder how many people actually did that yesterday just to get the system. I did. That's the only reason. Do you think I'm going to upgrade or continue that? Hell no. No. But it worked out for me, so it's a weird situation. I agree with it, and I hate it at the same time. But I don't know.
You still get the magazine subscription with it, or does that not happen anymore?
Yeah,
but still happen.
I try to swap out Game Informer for Playboy, but neither one of them really worth crap, anyways. So, what about you, Nick? I mean, you guys both got yours through GameStop, but you didn't have to deal with the pro membership. You guys got lucky, but it also took you guys a little longer because I just started to try to get my PlayStation because it's just I knew I was going to have to buy a bundle and I didn't want to spend that money. So, what about you, Nick? What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's I agree. I mean, I don't think most people were going for those bundles. Most scammers or scalpers were going for the bundles. We kind of saw that, so I think it's more of a way for GameStop to sell pro subscriptions more than anything, right? So it's really going to come down to see if that made a difference or not. Is that going to make a difference for people being able to get one of these or not? Were scalpers buying those bundles and getting them anyway? I don't think they were. I mean, I highly doubt it, but we don't know. We don't have the stats on that. So we can't really say for sure if that's the case. But, maybe this will help people get it easier. Or maybe it's just a way for GameStop to sell you a subscription and, get that Playboy magazine. The good thing about Playboy is they do have great articles. Or at least they did.
I'm surprised Playboy hasn't went digital yet. If they haven't all digital. Are they all digital now?
They probably have. You don't have that mail day, where you go out there and all your magazine subscriptions are in the mailbox.
Nick's a hustler kind of guy.
Is that Billy Madison?
Yep. Nudie magazine day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you both. I mean, I haven't had a pro membership in probably 2, maybe 3 years. It's probably been that long. Game Informers just used to pile up. Now, I do like Game Informers. I used to read them quite frequently, but I haven't in the last few years myself because they just aren't that useful to me anymore. I mean, I got access to everything I want online, and I can access all the content in Game Informer online through, the website. So I do think it's a ploy for them, and I will agree with Nick that Shane, I don't know. I don't know what the lead time is because it doesn't really say anywhere how much lead time that GameStop's going to give you ahead of when they open it up to everybody else. Now, if GameStop decided to say, we're not going to let anybody, since consoles are back ordered, we're not going to let anybody with pro members have dibs at them right now. That would be a benefit, right? But how long is the window that pro members get ahead of just opening it up to everybody. I don't know. Because I honestly do not think that your ability to get the console that you got now was because of the pro membership. I think it's just because of the bundle that you bought. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, you're spending, roughly $250 more, $250 to $275 more than you would have by buying a bundle. Because if you just would have bought the the console's $500 regardless. So you add in taxes and fees on top of that, you're looking at, $500.
It was $804 for my bundle with tax and shipping.
Right. So you're looking at $525 to $535 in taxes after it's all done. So like $250, $275 more than what you would have spent. So, but also you're getting a couple of games. I don't like that they said here's a gift card and then here's an extra controller, because those are two things I could have cared less about. But the games outside of one that I got on mine, I didn't care for. The bundles would have been better if it says your choice of games from a list of games. That would have been better for me. But I think you got it because of the bundle. I mean, most people are out to buy a $500 console, not an $800 console, right? So
yeah, and like I told you, there was a little delay when I clicked on put it in my cart, and then before I actually checked out, and it was still there. And yeah, you're probably right. I think my pro membership got me in the queue, got me in there faster, but I don't know if it was like a 2-minute lead over non-pros. And you're right, I didn't really put too much thought into that. But I got lucky though. The bundle I got was a pretty nice bundle overall. I could have done without the extra controller and the gift card, just like you said, but mine came with Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. Mine came with Spider-Man Miles Morales. And it came with one I have no idea because I don't give two craps about it. So that's going right back to GameStop. But yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good point about that lead time. I didn't think about that.
And I think that's the way. And honestly, I mean, outside of paying the subscription plan, I think that's the way to go for retailers to prevent scalpers, is they have to stop allowing anonymous checkout. If you're going to have an item, a hot item, I think they have to require account checkouts where you actually have to have an account with the retailer so that you don't have all these bots just going in and saying, here's my credit card and shipping information. I want to do this without checking out, without having an account, the anonymous checkout stuff or the no account or guest checkout stuff. I think that's a good way. And GameStop's on the right path, except for I think GameStop is just double dipping here by saying, I don't remember what it is, but I think it's $15 to $20 for a pro membership. And I quite frankly don't see myself, but I wouldn't benefit from it because I don't visit a GameStop physical store. Most of the stuff I buy is online at the best deal I could find.
Yeah. Last night also, when I was laying there in bed, phone went ding. The guy on Twitter that you told me about pointed out Sam's Club had one coming up. So looked in there, the bundle was like $6.39. Cindy was like, grab it. She got on her phone, I'm on my phone. Man, we're tapping the crap out of it. You got to have a Sam's Club membership. Cindy was mad about it, but I understood that was also going to keep them scumbag scalpers out of the pie. And I was mad about not getting it last night, but it's a good way to do it. And you're right. There should be no anonymous checking out.
Right, but that's different in my opinion, because Walmart or Sam's Club, you have to be a member to buy anything from them, so you can't just be a random off the street Joe. I mean, you just spend your $40 for a year and you're buying groceries and stuff there. Hopefully, you did not buy a Sam's Club membership just to try to get one.
I did, but not because of that. Me and Cindy were going to do it anyways, because we got kids and we got one moving back in, so we need to save some money. But yeah, that was one of the reasons I did it, but it didn't work out. But hey, I can still go to Sam's Club now and get 50 pounds of hamburger meat for $1.09.
And
Right,
you can go get a hot dog.
Right, a hot dog and a piece of pizza for $2.50.
Mm-hmm. Those hot dogs are pretty good.
Yep,
kids,
been there for lunch many a times.
Every time I've gone, that's what I usually do. Get a hot dog from there.
Yep. So, I mean, I do see that this is a way to prevent it, is making people have an account, but having it locked behind a paywall is a double-edged sword, in my opinion. Smart move by GameStop. I mean, GameStop is had a huge quarter this year. You know, GameStonk has basically helped them out. Plus, console sales and COVID has helped them out, and they will admit that people being at home playing more games has been a boon for their business because, you know, and they also I don't know about most of the country, but around here they locked their doors, and if you wanted something, you just called in, and they would meet you at the door and basically pass it to you like a bad drug deal. Open the door and be like, "Here's the cash," and be like,
I got your Mario, baby.
Right, they slide it through the door to you. You know, you pay in advance, and you can just go to the store, and they open the door a crack and slide your game out. You know, it's like you go to the back alley, look above the door, and you'll see building number 010A. Knock twice.
Right.
Ask for Leroy.
Leroy Jenkins.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's good and it's bad. It gets people ahead of the scalpers because the scalpers are not going to pay $15 per one of their bot accounts for a chance to get a console. But I would like to know more details. But yeah, because all it was a what was it on Instagram? That's what it was, an Instagram post that they basically put out. It says more reasons to become a pro member. Get early access to next gen consoles. And that was like all they left it at. They didn't say if it was like a 15-minute head start, a 15-second head start. What are we getting here? So it'd have been nice to see more details about it. But, you know, if it helps more gamers get a console than scalpers, I'm all about it.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to look at it. But right now, it's the best case scenario for the situation. So I got mine. I can't wait for it to arrive.
Right. It's all about that choice. You have to make a choice, right? In life, you have to say, in this case, you have to say, am I willing to pay $750, in your case, $765 for a console that is normally $500? And, you know, it's a decision you have to make. You like, do I want all that crap? No. Mm-hmm. But am I going to make the decision that I can spend that kind of money? And so it's $750 for the bundle you bought, plus an extra $15 for your membership. Was it worth it? Only you can say, and only the consumer can say. Is it worth it to you? I mean, me and Nick said it was worth it. We didn't have to buy the membership, but we said it was worth it to spend $750 on a bundle to get a console.
Yeah, I'll find out in a couple of days when that booger arrives. I got to clear the garage out so I have a place to fit it.
Because that's where you're going to be, in the garage.
Yeah, pretty much. But
you got to park it next to the car.
Yeah, I'm going to have to park it on the back of my truck. But no, it's a double-edged sword what GameStop did. So is it, you know, but, you know, people got to be aware it's better to pay that $20 to GameStop than double your price with some scumbag scalper.
Well, yeah, because scalper copies of the non-digital PlayStation 5 is roughly what you paid for your bundle. So
yeah,
you're getting a bunch of games and
end
controllers
of it too.
Right. Yeah, you're looking at $750, $800 for a PS5 disc version without any games or extra controllers. So I mean, you are getting more for the money, but you're roughly spending the same you'd spend with a scalper.
Yeah, and I'm definitely getting games that I will play. The one I might even keep, I can't remember what it is. It's something Battle All Stars or something.
Destruction
like that.
All Stars.
Destruction All Stars. Yeah. So that might be one I'll play with the kids because I got a second controller I didn't want, but you know, so we'll just see what happens. But I think it'll be worth it in the long run. And my wife allowed it, so yay me.
Nick, how long has it been since you had a pro membership? Can you remember that far back?
A few years ago. A few years ago, I got one. I don't remember why. I barely used it, but I did get the magazines.
Right.
So
I like the magazines because I'm old school. I like a toilet reader. I don't need my phone if I got my Game Informer.
Right. I only bought it, and here's how I used to use it. I used to buy it when I would get a brand new console because I knew I was going to be in there for like a charging station and accessories, and you get a discount on all that stuff. And you'd always get more than a $15 worth of a discount. So I always did it when I got a new console. So maybe it is worth it for that aspect, especially. But I don't think they give the discount on new items anymore. It's only on their used or refurbed items for like accessories.
You get points, though. I think I got like 14,000 points, best GameStop points.
Yeah, they went to that point system. I think they do. Right. Well, I don't know if they do anymore, but I know when you were a pro member, you got more credit back on things that you turned in. So it was, it wasn't like much more, but it was still more than you would typically get. It's the same thing if you're buying used, it's a lesser price if you're a pro member compared to if you're not.
Yeah.
If you're buying a used game or something or
Yeah,
accessory.
so yeah, I mean, it may be beneficial in that sense, but I end up losing way more points than I ever could spend because you need a lot to get something. So I don't necessarily agree it's a good thing anymore. The pro power up stuff is not worth the money in my opinion anymore. But to each their own. And if that paying that $15 extra helps you get a PlayStation 5, then or an Xbox Series X, whichever one you happen to not have yet, because it works for both. So it's new next gen consoles. Then more power to you. And if that's what it takes to get it. It seems like we've all had random luck with different places. Like we all got our Xboxes from Best Buy. We end up having a lot better luck at Best Buy for Xbox, and then we end up getting PlayStations from GameStop. A lot of us, the three of us did. So It seems really weird and backwards, but who knows what the reasoning is. And all that matters is that you got the PlayStation that you want, and then you will have to make the determination if it was money well spent.
Yeah. I can tell you this much. I just thought about it. I have bought more shirts from GameStop in the last 3 years than I bought video games. I mean, really, because I don't buy used games from them. I mean, they're just too overpriced.
All right. Well, cool. Sounds like, it's the decision up to the consumer. Nick, Shane, you guys got anything else you want to discuss about this GameStop Pro membership benefit?
No, I just, like I said, we talked about before, just want to see the statistics, see if this was actually worth people, GameStop making this decision and it's actually helping people, or if this was just merely a way for GameStop to sell subscriptions, which I assume it's the latter, but we'll see.
I will guarantee it's the latter, but it's still better than a scalper. I hope they go hungry.
All right. Well, we hope everybody enjoyed listening to this episode of the It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers, and we hope to catch you in the next episode.
See you.